We are on our way to LRF in Herne Bay. I'm going to train first. I'm going to do some legs and delts, which I'm really excited about because there's some new kit to play with. And then I am running a 2 bros posing workshop for the wellness girls, which will be good. I'm currently 15 weeks out of my pro debut, feeling really good to be honest with you. The weight is coming off, sitting around 160, but yeah, I'm feeling quite all right. I'm going to have a little bit of a catch up with my coach when I get there because it's my coach's gym, and yeah, I'll see you there. Right, we've just got to LRF. We have got about an hour and 10 minutes to smash a little bit of legs and delts. So I'm gonna do some real Dorian Yates style today, straight on with it, heavy working sets, back off sets, and then move on so we can get it nice and intense, ready for the posing session. Let's go. Wouldn't be a wellness girl without starting with abductors. This abductor I really like because it's quite upright, so it keeps it nice and in line with your hips. So I'm going to crack on, I'm going to do one warm-up set, and then we're going to just go straight into a heavy set. Got my new trainers on today, and they're already hurting my feet. Little feeder set. Oh. Abductor done. Okay, leg press, let's go. Next exercise is one of my favourites. We all know I love a leg press, but this is like almost like a push press. It's like a squat press, so it allows you to get deep into your hips. So I feel this all over, so glutes and quads. Like if you can get nice and mobile with this movement, you'll hit all of your legs. I love it. Let's go. I've just finished doing a warm-up, so I did 3 plates aside for a warm-up, so that's 120 kilos, not including the machine. I never include the machine. And then I'm going to do 5 aside now for like another feeder set. So I'm going to do sort of like 6 to 8 reps just to feel the movement. Then I'm going to go up and do a heavy set after that. Let's go. Okay, time for my working set. So this is going to be my heaviest set. It felt pretty heavy today actually. So I'm going to go with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, yeah. So 240. So that's 6 plates aside. We're going to go for like an 8 to 12 range, making sure that I get really deep in the movement, really absorb that weight when the weight is at your hardest point, so when it is close to you, and then just controlling that movement. Let's go. Right, so before moving on, I'm going to do a back off. I'm going to just do 4 plates aside. Feels really heavy today. So one thing to remember is that sometimes you're not always going to get a PB. So for me, this is not going to be a PB. So what I'm going to make sure is that I refine, polish and control the movement. And that will do more for me in terms of muscle stimulus than it would be chucking on the weight and not being able to control it. So back off, I'm going to go for about 12 to 15 reps, 12 to 15 solid reps. Whew. Next exercise, which I absolutely love, is the seated hamstring, but with a difference in that it has the bar that goes on top. Now this just helps you connect with your hamstrings so much more, because what happens when the machine comes up, it wants to bring your back away from the pad. It wants to bring, naturally when you get a heavier weight, it wants to bring your glutes away. So this keeps you pinned down. So all of that work is staying in your hamstring. I've just got to make sure it's set up nicely, because I'm short. Normally it needs to come forward slightly. There we go. So I can squeeze right under there. It's really nice. Boom. Like that contraction is just 10 times better, because I don't have to hold myself down. The machine is holding me down. Squeeze. Right, 6 reps. Just gonna stand up, let the blood flow, and then we'll go up. Lock yourself in. This is 1 feeder set, and then we'll go up. So I push against the handles, and it helps slam my back into the seat. Voila. Last final feeder set. Might be too heavy, but I'm going for it anyway. Make sure it's locked in. Oh, that was good. Right, I'm gonna go lighter and do 12 to 15. Make sure it's locked in this time. Apparently this machine does not like there to look at the bottom. Ooh, right. Hammies are full. Somewhere. Next up is the hack squat. Now this hack squat I really like because it's just slightly more lateral. So the Cybex that I usually use is a little bit steeper in angle, so it can be a little bit harsh on the knees, whereas this is nice and smooth and it's slightly more horizontal, so we actually get to control it and actually get into the movement a little bit more. Don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. When Daniel Bedingfield tells you got to get through this. That was good. Whew. Next up, which is a staple on any wellness girl's plan, is the glute drive. Every hip hinge, hip thrust variety, or variation rather, I have it. Single leg, double leg, barbell, dumbbell, glute drive, you name it, I've got it. I actually really like the Nautilus. I really connect well with it. The hips, the pad goes on my hips, and there's that back pad to keep your back nice and supported, which is really, really nice, especially when you go up weight. So you can just focus on that pelvic tilt to get into that hip thrust, hip extension. It's a real nice short movement to keep the glutes nice and engaged. Let's put some weight on. So I'll just do a nice light set to check where my feet are going. So I prefer putting my hands on the belt. I see a lot of people here, but I prefer it here to get that tuck under. So I think about squeezing them even when I'm going down, and then I squeeze when they're extended. So still keeping them engaged on the way down. I see a lot of people do this. Don't do that. Squeeze it all the way down. Squeeze through. Drive. Boom. Don't let the knees turn in. A common misconception whenever you're doing like hip thrust variations is that you should just put your legs as wide as possible. Now this is really person dependent. Yes, you need your hips to be externally rotated, so you don't want your knees turning in like that. But everyone is very different. For me, if I go too wide, I lose that connection. So make sure that it is to suit your body, wherever you get the maximum engagement. Just because somebody says go wide on the hip thrust or on your squat doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the best engagement for your glutes. So for me, it's just slightly wider than hips width apart, slightly turned out feet, and this is like pretty standard for most people. Any wider, and because my hips are a little bit tight, I don't seem to get full engagement. Let's go. Next up is a single leg RDL, which is one of my favourites for getting right in that glute. I can sink back into it so well. I really, really feel it. And it also helps with any imbalances. So doing it single leg, I feel really stable and I can get right into that glute. So next time I have a glute ham tie on stage, it should be popping. I wanted to do a heavier set, but I haven't really got time. I'd rather go up there and be professional. Workout finished with 5 minutes to spare. Now I'm going to go upstairs and do my wellness posing workshop. Let's go. We are wrapping up the video now. As far as workout goes, it wasn't the best session. I'd say it was probably the first session where I felt a bit flat, but considering I'm on prep, that's actually not a bad thing at all. I am due a deload soon, so just remember, if you do have a bit of a naff workout, it's not going to hinder your progress. We come back tomorrow, we go or the next day that you're in the gym. Don't let it frustrate you. One bad day, one workout that's not your best isn't going to sort of be detrimental to your progress overall. But yeah, no, I've got it done. I'll have to come back to the gym because it's a really good gym and attack it again. It was a little bit rushed as well today, so I think that was sort of in my head, ready for the posing class. The posing class was really good. A lot of experienced competitors in there, so I think it was only one female that was her first time, so it was really nice to work with a bunch of ladies that sort of had that experience, so I could sort of refine and tweak and give some good tips there, so that was fun. Just had my post workout, and that is a wrap, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.